Today, let's check out 16 innovations that may play a big role in the future. Watching big machines in action is captivating, and one of the more common ones might just be in your neighborhood helping bricklayers assemble paved roads faster. But it gets bigger. This machine can be seen during the construction of solar farms. Here, workers have to drive countless heavy steel piles into the ground, which are 15 feet long and weigh up to 100 kilograms. The company BeTriton is automating this process with the help of this gigantic robot called RPD-35. Without any driver, this machine can unload a pile and hammer it into the ground in only 73 seconds. This way, it can distribute and install 300 piles a day. In comparison, a human crew can finish 100 piles a day. The heart of this technology is the so-called exosystem, a computer developed by the company that automates construction vehicles such as excavators. According to BeTriton, automating construction may result in fewer injuries during construction work. Is switching to high-tech lasers in farming a lucrative idea? Well, a company in Seattle thinks so. They created a tool that promises to reduce weeding costs by 80%. The LaserWeeder is precisely what it sounds like, a machine that destroys weeds by shooting them with a laser. To do this, a tractor pulls the implement at a speed of 4 kilometers an hour, while cameras under the chassis detect weeds from crops. While some people claim it's slow, customers rave about not needing to use herbicides and no longer struggle to find manual field workers for the weeding job. Plus, continuous software updates accelerate the process. All things considered, this machine can pay itself off within 3 years, says the manufacturing company Robotics. For people who need a long-term ultrasound, a device like this might be used in the near future. What looks like a cross between a post stamp and a computer chip is actually an ultrasound device. Patients can wear it for up to 48 hours, during which it will continue to perform ultrasound and generate data. Ultrasound is one of the few ways doctors can check what's happening inside the body without negative effects on the patient. Although it is not yet wireless, according to the MIT students who invented it, it could already help out in hospitals. Here, patients could be monitored over a longer time without needing a technician. Of course, a real person would still have to make sense of the generated readings. Stick-on devices like this ultrasound can collect data, but one still needs a screen to view it. A team led by Professor Takao Someya developed this flexible display that shows pictures right on their skin. Right now, it is limited to 144 LEDs to show one picture, which is enough to display words, simple images, and other useful signs. In the future, screens like these could show athletes their heart rate, remind people to take their medication, or show simple messages sent from one person to another. Engineers never fail to surprise with extreme cars. Take for example this Hummer. Measuring 3 times the size of the standard version, it is as high as a 2-story building and can reach a speed of 32 kilometers an hour. It even features a toilet and a sink inside. But since it was a custom build, it's unlikely that it will be available for purchase anytime soon. This 2-seater sports car is one of several current projects aiming to develop flying cars. This one, however, is special. Officially, it is sold as an experimental aircraft, meaning that the owner must construct at least 51% of the aircraft on their own. That makes it technically a DIY kit. If the striking design caught your eye and you have $170K to spend, the company offers a 1-week workshop where you can build this vehicle with the help of trained technicians. A couple of weeks ago, the team celebrated a successful first flight, demonstrating the Switchblade's power. It reaches speeds of 200 kilometers an hour on the road and over 300 kilometers an hour in the air. While we are on the subject of personal transportation, this unusual trike can be used not only to go from A to B, but also functions as a tent and a boat. A founder in Latvia came up with this idea after returning from an 18,000-mile-long bike journey himself, sometimes limited by his ordinary bike. The BeTriton is e-powered and has a range of 150 kilometers, and in case you are not traveling alone, it is suited for up to one additional passenger. You can buy it for $19,000 US. However, the company also offers a simplified version of the BeTriton as a DIY kit for around $6,000. Europe is well known for its biking culture, so it should come as no surprise that this unique design first hit the streets in Germany. A satisfying flip of the rear wheel transforms this bike into a cargo bike, with a possible cargo load of up to 80 kilograms. Cargo bikes like this one allow people to use their cars less, for example when going to the grocery store or for a trip with the kids. In fact, the German government even introduced several programs that give discounts when buying cargo bikes. Their hope is to motivate people to reduce emissions. As for the Convercycle, there is a version with and without electric assistance that costs $3,100 US and $4,600 US respectively. No, you are not imagining things. This really is a robotic head display used for remote work. After logging onto a designated web page, its user can join meetings by projecting their face onto 4 screens, each the size of a smartphone. Motors allow the head to follow the natural movement of the speaker and even to look around. Time will tell whether this device will find large-scale applications in offices. But one thing is clear, it will certainly make remote workers more present during in-person meetings. Rumored by some to be a smartphone replacement, this little square is a product of its own category. Acting as a personal AI assistant, it has a camera, a microphone, and speakers, but no display. With it, users can send and receive messages, ask it questions on the go, even shop online.
How much is this online?
This is $28 online.
Great. Buy it.
However, the most intriguing aspect might be its so-called laser ink display. Using a projector, a green interface appears on the palm of the user. Users can navigate between its functions using hand gestures, like tilting the palm or making an OK sign with their fingers. The first devices will be shipped in 2024, selling for around $800 US. The first wind turbine in the US was documented in 1888. Usually, nowadays, they are massive structures that many people find unsightly. However, a company from New York found a way to blend them into cities inconspicuously by hiding them as trees. The Aeroleaf system consists of large, tree-like structures covered in mini wind turbines that resemble leaves. These patented turbines work even at wind speeds of 2.5 meters per second, something like a light breeze. The Aeroleaf system comes as a tree, bush, or a palm tree, and the main focus is on private customers. That means anyone with a garden can buy one of these structures. The price ranges between $20,000 and $55,000 US, and many different color options are available. When it comes to new robots, few companies make headlines quite like NASA. Here are 2 that are built for distant space exploration. Aptly named Eels, this machine resembles an eel or a snake. With a head filled with sensors, it is happy to slither around new territories such as icy moons, rocky planets, or vents underwater, mapping and exploring autonomously. A different robot could come in handy during the inspection of alien oceans. This time inspired by fish, the Buoy is a large floating machine optimized for work below the ice layer of frozen waters. It uses large metal wheels to roll around just beneath the ice. It is here where scientists believe there is a chance for alien life to form, below ice layers of up to 20 kilometers. Thanks to its buoyancy, Buoy can simply turn off when it is not needed and stay in one place. It can power up again when scientists need pictures or measurements. That allows it to be in action for months without charging it. This instrument was mentioned in Time magazine's list of best inventions of 2023, thanks to its effect on people with conditions like dementia or autism. With it, caretakers and patients create a wholesome experience together, where physical touch translates into sound. Sounds are generated when participants touch each other, thereby closing an electrical circle. The generated sounds differ depending on the touch, among others. This device recognizes holding, tapping, or light squeezing. Especially in patients who struggle with social connection, therapy work with a Crdl device can create a strong sense of connection. A long word describing a very simple truth: anthropomorphization. It means seeing something human in non-human things. It is precisely what makes people online fans of this robot, made by a German institute, describing it as a fun little guy. The robot doesn't know that, of course, as it balances from one station to another, carrying various items. The Fraunhofer Institute developed this machine with many use cases in mind. Among others, it was showcased for applications such as hospital work, as well as loading and unloading of crates. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you want to see the most innovative robots, just click here on your screen for the next video.